winter wonderland up here. Day 4 of my Appalachian Trail section hike is going to be the toughest because of just the conditions. I'm at about 6,000 feet. And headed up behind me that way. It's a 14.5-mile hike. First 6 of it is over exposed balds with the wind hitting. And it's about 24 degrees outside right now. As the sun comes up and starts melting this stuff off, it will warm up considerably, but the wind is going to be the killer. So when you're from Florida, you're not used to this. I've been on glaciers and stuff like that, so I've dealt with the colder temperatures of this, but the wind's going to be brutal. So I'm trying to be as prepared as I can, but it's not going to be easy. I'm also going to go as fast as I can because if my body is pumping blood, the warmer I'll stay. So I got multiple gloves, multiple hats, multiple socks. The key is preparation. Shuttle driver up here said he dropped his crew off early in the morning. They got out of the car and nearly got back in. So yeah, it's going to be brutal. You can hear people yelling right now. So here we go. From Carver's Gap down to 19E, the hike begins. I will probably keep my talking to a minimum so I can move light and fast. All right, y'all. We're going to be going in and out of North Carolina and Tennessee all day. About a mile in, the wind has let up, at least in this little area here, because I'm somewhat protected by trees, so I can take my glove off to operate the phone for a second. But you get the first look. I've went over one bald already, and boy, it was, you can see behind me, how about that? It's just beautiful up here. Wind chill, when you're in the wind, it's easily close to 0. So I'm glad I'm off that. I'm going up the next one here. This one's got a little bit more tree cover, so you're a little bit more protected. It's going to be a long, beautiful, fun, maybe painful day. I've nearly slipped on the ice 3 times, so I know that will happen at some point. But man, beautiful day to be in the Southern Appalachians. The nice thing is it's 10:30 now, so we're going to get into the warmer part of the day. The sun will warm stuff up and the wind should kick down. Fingers crossed. What's going on, Stan? All right, taking a break at the Stan Marie shelter. I'm about 3.7 miles into the hike, kind of in a little gully between the 2 balds. I've got 2 more basically climbs of bald summits, and then I start descending. So I got about 11.1 miles total to go. I'll think I'll start descending with about 6 to go, something like that, or maybe 7. So it is considerably warmed up. As you can tell, I'm not wearing as much stuff. It's still chilly, but now that the sun's out and it's 12, 15, right? So I kind of timed it pretty good. Get here at 10. I know it was still going to be kind of cold. I initially wanted to start at 9. I looked at the weather forecast. I'm like, no way, because I've just heard reports of how cold it is up here. So with the snow on the ground and everything else, so I'll just start a little later, and then I'll be going over the balls at the warmest part of the day. You see, that's experience talking, where other people are just freezing their buns off. So the first couple miles were a little chilly, and then going through the trees here, and I'm sure the wind's gonna crank back up as I go up here, but been a great day so far. Nice and quiet, just enjoying the sound of the silence of the snow, and you can hear the snow falling a little bit in addition to the wind. This is why I wanted to leave this part of this section hike till my last day. This is a Saturday, so because I knew I wanted weather to be optimal. I wanted to have good visibility to take great pictures and things to share, but also the warmer it is up here, the safer it is too. So the descent is long and arduous and windy. Could be wet because it's on the north face. So I'm sure it'll be chilly there too, but I think I've come prepared. Pretty pleased with that. So still a long way to go, fingers crossed. I'm still taking kind of a pretty slow pace, but with these conditions, that's what you gotta do. So we'll continue on. The views are just gonna get better and better and better. The hills are alive with the sound of wind. Woo! How about that? We're on Little Hump Mountain. And if I make you dizzy, behind me, that is Hump Mountain. So this is just a little brother. And it seems like a long way away. That's where I'm going. And then after that, we start down. Wind's picked up, probably 40 degrees now. But enjoying it. Lovely place to camp, I would think. Maybe in the summer. But boy, I worry about my tent being blown off the damn mountain. Apparently the sunsets up here are spectacular. Alright, on the way down and back up the other hump. Well, that was pretty freaking epic. About 10 miles along that ridge going over the balds. Inspirational. Some conditions you got to deal with, of course, but man, I needed that after like the last 8 months that I've dealt with, you know, with getting colon cancer or having it found out, and then having an operation to remove that in the entire colon, having a stoma put in, about a month-long real serious recovery from that surgery to get back to health, or at least to doing half what I can normally do. And then a couple weeks after that surgery, my mom passing away due to complications from freaking cancer puts you in a pretty dark place. But thankfully, in having a day like this just reminds you how blessed you are, that I've got a great wife in Jennifer, and I've got 2 good kids in Ashton and Logan. I've got a great career, and I get to do a lot of stuff like this. And that puts it all into perspective. So, you know, I need this. This is kind of how I recharge and I reset, hiking the AT. But days like this is what I wanted this to be the finale of the week. And so it's been worth it. So now the hard part, because now it's a 2,500 foot, 5-mile descent from the highest point. I'm probably about a mile into it now. So, and the conditions, it's pretty good right here, but so far it's been nothing but mud, slush, and rock, and slippery, and the sun's going to be going down here pretty soon. I'll probably be getting off trail around 7:30, right about the time the sun's down, so I may be in dark by the time I get. This is a long one. This will take a while. It's I got 4 miles to go, and at best, descending in conditions like this, it'll be 2 miles an hour. And that's if it's decent like this, where I don't have too much mud, because I'm worried about, this is where accidents happen when you hike, or, you know, backpack or whatever, is you've reached the summit, and then you come down and you're feeling, okay, I did the hard work, huffing and puffing up a hill. Now I got to come down. And at that point, you've been hiking all day and your legs are tired and your brain's just a little off. That's why it's important to continue eating. But even the strongest hiker is just, you know, after that amount of time, you're just not going to be on your A game at that point. So I always take descending really slow, just for that, especially as I get older. So I was a little more free-spirited at 20 and 30, not at 50. So anyway, just my thought on this. Overall, really cool section. So going from Iron Mountain in Tennessee, going along the balds, into North Carolina, out of North Carolina, back into Tennessee, you know, through 19E, and then down to Dennis Cove Road. So I've done about, I don't know, 56, 57 miles of the weekend, which if I had a backpack on and I wasn't stopping and getting shuttles and driving around each of these each day, I probably would have went a little further. But am I 100%? No. I definitely am feeling the effects of chemo. I've got 6 more rounds of this stuff. Hopefully I handle it okay. And then I can kind of really get back to being me, and then have 2 more surgeries after that. But this does the body good, does the mind good. And I appreciate you watching, and appreciate all your support. Enjoy all these videos on YouTube. Go back and look at some of the archives from the last 2 years where I was feeling a little healthy. Although, of course, last year I kind of admitted to some just not feeling good, and there was reasons why for that, when I was kind of just running through slow in New York and in Georgia. But I'm gonna try to get another trip in here, you know, within the next couple of months, maybe for a weekend, to go up to Georgia or something, and maybe do it with my son or whatever. But maybe go north in the summertime when it's cooler. Got to keep doing it. Got to keep cracking. Got to be you. So thanks for watching. It's Rad on the AT, and I love you all. Bye. Not so bad through here.